When Idris al-Mamun seized power in 1229, he inherited an empire on the brink of destruction. The once powerful Almohads had already lost much of Al-Andalus, modern Spain and Portugal, after their crushing defeat at Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212. Their control over the Maghreb, North Africa, was slipping as rival factions, Berber tribes, and defecting governors carved out their own territories. Idris was not the rightful ruler. He had rebelled against his cousin Yahya al-Mutasim, launching a civil war that shattered what little unity the Almohads had left. But his greatest sin was yet to come, a betrayal that would shake the foundations of his dynasty, a pact with the enemy, the unthinkable betrayal. Desperate to maintain his grip on power, Idris al-Mamun did something no Almohad ruler had ever dared before. He allied with the Christians. While the Almohads had fought for decades to defend Islam in Al-Andalus, Idris struck a deal with King Ferdinand III of Castile. In exchange for military support against his rivals, Idris promised to relinquish Almohad-held lands in southern Spain. This was not just political strategy. It was treason in the eyes of many. The once mighty defenders of the faith were now making deals with their sworn enemies. In 1230, Christian forces, with Idris al-Ma'mun's approval, marched south and captured Córdoba, one of the most important cities in Al-Andalus. This act of betrayal sparked outrage across the Islamic world. To make matters worse, Idris openly abandoned Almohad religious doctrines, favoring a more traditional Sunni approach, a move that further alienated the religious elite who had long upheld Almohad rule. The Maghreb slips away, an empire in ruins. While Idris was preoccupied with securing power in Iberia, the heartlands of the Almohad Empire in North Africa were spiraling out of control. In modern-day Algeria and Tunisia, rival dynasties such as the Zayanids of Tlemcen and the Hafsids of Tunis broke away, declaring their independence. Once loyal generals and governors defected, seeing Idris as weak and unworthy of the throne. The Berber tribes of the Atlas Mountains, once the backbone of the Almohad army, rebelled against Idris's rule. His control over Fez and Marrakech, the great capitals of the empire, became increasingly fragile. What was once an empire united under the Almohad banners was now a battlefield of competing warlords and ambitious rulers. The end of Idris al-Mamun, assassination and anarchy. By 1232, Idris al-Mamun had lost nearly everything. His desperate alliances had failed to save the empire. His betrayal had alienated both the religious scholars and the military elite. His enemies were closing in. That year, as he attempted to consolidate power in Marrakech, he was assassinated, betrayed by his own people. His death did not bring stability but rather ushered in a period of anarchy, where multiple claimants to the throne fought for dominance. The Almohad Empire, already on life support, was now in free fall. Legacy: a dynasty in ashes. Idris al-Ma'mun's rule was short, but his actions accelerated the downfall of one of the greatest empires in Islamic history. His betrayal of the Almohad cause, his disastrous alliances, and his failure to maintain control over North Africa sealed the fate of his dynasty. Within a few decades, the once mighty Almohads would be reduced to a minor power, their rule confined to a shrinking territory in Morocco until their final defeat in 1269. Was Idris al-Mamun a desperate ruler trying to save his empire by any means necessary? Or was he the man who doomed the Almohads through treachery and incompetence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an epic story from history.